Om Shanti. Good morning, diamond morning. The world, when we are given a responsibility, we all try to do our best and perform at our best. God is giving us a responsibility. The question is, how do we take it? What do we do? And see the benefits of it. It's a big responsibility for God to come and teach us, children, and transform us, but He wants us to also have a responsibility, and that is to be His helper, to follow Shrima, to give this message to everyone, and to create heaven. And it's so interesting, if we are to create heaven, are we creating it inside ourselves? So Baba is guiding us today and teaching us in such a way that we will take our responsibility with such ambition and love and determination to be God's helpers. So let's listen to Baba's sweet versions of the 4th of June 2022. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, you are sons and daughters of Kamdenu, in brackets, the cow that fulfills all desires, Jagadamba. You have to fulfill everyone's desires and show the true path to your brothers and sisters. Question: what responsibility have you children been given by the Father? Answer: children, the unlimited Father has come to give unlimited happiness. And so, your duty is to give this message to everyone. Become the Father's helpers and make each home into heaven. Do the service of changing thorns into flowers. Become egoless and incorporeal like the Father and help everyone. The greatest responsibility of you children is to liberate the entire world from the claws of Ravan, the enemy. And the song of Baba's Murli, O Mother, you are the fortune maker of all. Om Shanti. This praise of the mother is only sung in Bharat. Jagadamba is truly the fortune maker, and so she is even given the name Kamdenu, that is, the one who fulfills all desires. From whom does she receive this inheritance? Both Jagadamba and Jagatpita receive this inheritance from Shiva. You children have the faith that you are souls. A soul cannot be seen. The soul cannot be seen, so how can the soul be experienced? Baba says it cannot be seen but can be understood, and understood by the intellect, the third eye. Baba says there are souls and human beings. Souls are imperishable, but bodies which can be seen with these eyes are perishable. A vision of a soul can be received. It is said that Vivekananda, a great soul, had a vision of a soul. However, he was not able to understand it. You children understand that if you have a vision of your soul, it is the same as receiving a vision of your father. Why is he saying that? If you have a vision of your soul, it is the same as receiving a vision of your father, that is Supreme Father. And he says, as is the soul, so is the Father of souls. There is no difference. The soul of Shiv Baba is no bigger than I, the soul. So Baba says there is no difference. It is understood with the intellect that this is the Father and these are the children. All souls remember that Father. It is not possible to see one's own soul or the Father with these eyes, that is, with these physical eyes, but it can be understood with the third eyes, Baba is saying. He is God, the Supreme Soul, the resident of the Supreme Abode. On the path of devotion, they have visions when they perform intense devotion. It is not that that soul comes into that body at that moment. No. That soul went and took another birth. On the path of devotion, whoever people worship, and with whatever feelings, they receive a vision of that. They have made countless images. That is called the worship of dolls. By having faith in those, they receive a small reward of temporary happiness. Yours is unique. Yours is a unique aspect of unlimited happiness. You know that you are claiming the inheritance of heaven. No one can go to heaven by performing devotion. Only when the path of devotion comes to an end, that is, when the world has become old after the Iron Age, will the Golden Age, the new world, come. This doesn't sit in anyone's intellect. Sannyasis say such and such a person merged into the light, but that is not so. You have now received godly wisdom. So what is this godly wisdom called that we are receiving from Baba? He says, which is called Shrimad. You have now received godly wisdom, which is called Shrimad. The words are so good. Shri, Shri, God speaks. He is the one who makes us into the masters of heaven. That is, he changes us from ordinary humans into Narayan. By following Shrimad, we claim the kingdom of the world. There is great praise in the rosary of Shri Shri 108. There is also the rosary of the 8 jewels. Sannyasis chant using that rosary too. They make a cloth bar, which is called a cow's mouth, gaumuk, and place their hand in it and turn the beads of the rosary. Baba said, remember me constantly. And they took that to mean having to turn the beads of the rosary. You children know that the Paralokic Father has now come and made you belong to him through Brahma. There is Prajapita, father of the people, and also Praja Mata, mother of people. Jagadamba is called the mother of people, and Lakshmi is called the empress of the world. Whether you say the World Mother or Jagadamba, it is the same thing. You are the children, and so this becomes a family. You children are also those who fulfill everyone's desires. You are the sons and daughters of Jagadamba. Your intellects should have the intoxication. So what intoxication should our intellects have? We are the children of Jagadamba, sons and daughters. We are fulfilling everyone's desires. So your intellects should have the intoxication that you are showing the path to your brothers and sisters. It is very easy. There are many difficulties on the path of devotion. There are many who do Hatha Yoga and Pranayama, that is breathing exercise. Baba says, they go to bathe in the rivers. They go to do so much trouble. The Father now says, you have become tired. This is only explained to Brahmins who understand what their relationship is with the incorporeal Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. The words Shiv Baba are appropriate. You would not say Rudra Baba, you only say Shiv Baba. This is very easy. There are numerous other names, but the accurate one is Shiv Baba. Shiva means a point. Rudra doesn't mean a point. Though they say Shiv Baba, they do not understand anything. There is Shiv Baba and you saligrams. You children now have a responsibility on your heads. Gandhi used to think that Bharat had to be liberated from the foreigners. That was a limited matter. The Father is now making you children responsible. Bharat in particular, and the world in general, have to be liberated from the enemy, Maya, Ravan. That enemy has caused the world a lot of sorrow, and so you now have to gain victory over him, that is Ravan. Gandhi made all the foreigners leave Bharat. Ravan is also a great foreigner. In the Copper Age, Ravan pushes his way in, and no one is even aware of it. Ravan comes and snatches away the whole kingdom. He is the oldest. Ravan is the oldest. Baba often says the oldest enemy. Today Baba is saying he is the oldest foreigner who has made Bharat so poverty-stricken. By following his directions, Bharat has become so corrupt. This enemy has to be sent away from here. You receive Shrimat for how to send him away. You have to become the Father's helpers. If you belong to me, but then follow the dictates of others, you will fall. You will not be able to claim a high status. It is sung, if the children have courage, the Father gives help. You are godly helpers. Kuda, God, comes and helps you. They remember that one and say, O purifier, come. Those who help are called servants. Baba is so egoless. He is incorporeal. He teaches you what he teaches us, so many things he teaches us. But he is egoless, he's incorporeal. So he's saying here, he teaches you how to become egoless and viceless. You have to make others the same as yourselves. That is, you have to change thorns into flowers. You give a guarantee that you will not indulge in vice. That is the oldest enemy. victory has to be gained over that. Some write and say, Baba, we have been defeated, whereas others don't even tell Baba. They defame their own name and also that of the Sadguru and bring a loss to themselves. You children know that you are the grandsons and granddaughters of Shiv Baba and the children of Prajapita Brahma. Brahma claims the inheritance from Shiv Baba, and you children also claim it from him, that is from Shiv Baba. You children know that you claimed your inheritance from Baba a kalpa ago, a cycle ago. It is the soul that understands. It is the soul that leaves one body and takes another. A name is given to the body. Shiv Baba just takes a body on loan to give you knowledge. God Shiva speaks through the mouth of Brahma. You do not have to go into great detail about anything such as what happens to a soul when he leaves the body or how he comes. Baba says there is no benefit in going into those matters. That is just a vision. Whatever happens is just a vision. The path to the subtle region is now open. Many come and go. There is no question of knowledge or yoga in that. They offer hope. The soul comes and is fed and given a drink. All of that is just chit-chat. The Father has a lot of love for you children. The Father has a lot of love for you children. You children say, Bab Dada, we have come to you. There is Shiva and Prajapita Brahma. Only Brahma is called the great-great-grandfather. The genealogical tree is so big. You cannot call this one Shiva, that is Brahma. This is the genealogical tree of human beings. It is a matter of the corporeal world. Out of all the generations, this first one is known as the main one. This is a big drama. You children now understand accurately, although there are also some who don't understand. At least they should understand. But they should understand at least, if you don't understand much, that Shiv Baba is the father of all. The inheritance is to be received from the grandfather. This one also receives the inheritance from him, that is Brahma Baba. Acha, forget Brahma. What happens after an engagement? The middleman is not remembered then. He's like the agent. So what happens? The middleman is not remembered then. This one, referring to Brahma Baba, is the middleman. He gets you engaged. Baba says, oh children, he talks to souls. Souls remember him. Baba, they say like this, Baba, come and make us pure. Baba says, remember me, and you will continue to become pure. There is no other way. I will then send you from the land of silence into heaven. Notice he says he will send us because he doesn't even ever go to heaven. After all of this, he says, I will then send you to the land, from the land of silence to heaven. This is the home of the parents. That is the home of the in-laws. Heaven is like the home of the in-laws. It is not the law to wear jewelry in the parents' home, but that has become a fashion these days. At this time, you know that when you go to your in-laws' home, you will wear all of that. Before the marriage, everything is taken away from the Kumari. She wears old clothes, like the ceremony before. There's a lot of saffron and oil and old clothes, etc. before the wedding itself. So Baba says, before the marriage, everything is taken away from the Kumari. She wears old clothes. You know that Baba is decorating you in order to send you to the in-laws' home. For 21 births, you will stay eternally in the in-laws' home. However, for that, you definitely have to make effort. You have to become pure. While staying in your households, all of you have to become as pure as a lotus. This is your last birth. The Father explains. Previously, it was unadulterated Satopradhan devotion, and it has now become Tamopradhan. In Bombay, they worship Ganesh and spend hundreds of thousands of rupees on that. They create deity idols, sustain them, and then sink them. They destroy them. You children now find all of that a wonder, but you can explain what the traditions and customs are. They create a goddess, worship it, feed it, hold celebrations, and then they sink it. It is a wonder. They show the marriage of Tulsi, a sacred herb or a sacred herb, a variety of basil, for with Krishna, the Tulsi plant. They celebrate the marriage ceremony with great splendor. So Baba says, when foreigners hear such stories, they think that it probably happened like that. They have made up many stories. Here, it is not a question of gambling. Yet they say that the Pandavas gambled and the Draupadi was put up as the stake. They have written so many stories. The aspect of Raja Yoga has been completely lost through all of that. The Father now says, remember me. It is very easy. It should enter your intellects that you are going to heaven for 21 births. That is to the ocean of milk. Heaven is called the ocean of milk. This world, he says, this is an ocean of poison. You're leaving the ocean of poison and going to the ocean of milk. These aspects of yours are new. People who hear this will be amazed. You children understand that you will truly be happy in heaven. You are becoming the masters of heaven. No one can take away our kingdom. At this time, there are so many partitions. They continue to fight. You children have to explain. What we have to explain? Your real enemy is Ravan. And today Baba is calling Ravan a foreigner. He says your real enemy is Ravan. Cycle after cycle, you gain victory over him. You are those who become conquerors of Maya, conquerors of the world. This is a game of victory and defeat. You know that you will definitely gain victory. You cannot fail. Destruction is just ahead. Rivers of blood will flow. Many will die without cause. This is called heaven. That is the corrupt, impure world. Everyone sings, O purifier, come. The Father says, just as you souls are stars, I too am a star. I am also tied in the bondage of the drama. No one can be liberated from it. Not even Baba can be liberated from the drama. He's also tied. What was the need for me to come into this old world? I am a resident of the Supreme Abode. Each one plays his own part in this drama. There is no question of worrying. Here, you stay carefree by staying in intoxication. You remain very simple. The Father does not trouble you. Just stay in remembrance and inspire others to remember Baba. The unlimited Father has come to give unlimited happiness. You have to give this invitation to every home. You have to do this much. You children have a great responsibility. Just look at Maya. She completely destroys all truth. Bharat has become so unhappy. Maya caused you sorrow. You children have now to help the Father. So what do we have to help the Father do? Maya has caused so much sorrow. You children now have to help the Father and change the thorns into flowers. You know what varieties of flowers there are in your Brahmin clan. If you do service, you receive a status. Otherwise, you become part of the subjects. This is effort. There is effort in this. There are many children who are engaged in doing service. Many daughters do not get permission to come here. They get beaten a lot. Courage is needed for this. You should not have fear. You have to be brave. You also have to be free from attachment. Attachment is no less. It is very strong. If someone is from a wealthy family, Baba first breaks her body consciousness by asking her to sweep the floor or to wash the dishes. Baba will set them examinations. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. And the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana, first point. According to Srimad, you have to become the Father's true helpers. Do not follow the dictates of your own mind or those of others. Become free from attachment. Have courage and engage yourself in doing service. Second point. At present, you are in the home of parents, and so you cannot follow any kind of fashion here. Decorate yourself with jewels of knowledge. Remain pure. And Baba's blessing for today. May you be a charitable soul who transforms sorrow with happiness and affirmation into praise. Baba explains, a charitable soul is someone who never causes sorrow or takes sorrow from anyone. Instead, he takes sorrow in the form of happiness and considers defamation to be praise. You can understand that one is a charitable soul. You can understand that one is a charitable soul. Make the lesson constantly firm on seeing a soul who insults you or causes you sorrow with your merciful form and with a vision of mercy and not a vision of criticism. That one may insult you, but just offer flowers to him. You will then be called a charitable soul. He said that really no one insults you. They really give their opinion. How we take it could be an insult, but Baba is making us understand how we can have mercy on such souls. But just offer them flowers. And then you can be called a charitable soul. And now the slogan. Those who merge Bapdada in their eyes are lights of the world. The eyes of the world. Those who merge Bapdada in their eyes are lights of the world. The eyes of the world. Om Shanti.